look at this grammar G, and it is a context free grammar, isn't it? And this grammar is having two null productions. S implies A and A implies S implies null and A implies null. These two productions are, what is the job of these two productions? Look at these two null productions. What basically they are contributing for the derivation. This is the context free grammar I am having. The production is like this, and I am looking at these two productions. Okay, yes is a production which is what? It is deriving, A it is producing, and S start symbol it is there. So S is there, it means that I am again able to expand it, derive it. I can add, I can replace S by again A, the same AS, and one more S I can get. So until I go on applying the same production, what I am getting? I am continuously getting one A added at each application of the same production. Do you see that? And here, this is the significance and use of this particular production. This is a recursive one. Yes, AS means what am I getting? I am finding in the derivation, if I have started with the first production, this way, at first I will get this much of derivation. S I can replace by, I can apply the same production, and S I can replace by what? AS itself. Okay? In that case I will get this way. So here I can clearly see that during the derivation, the A is being added to my string, sentential form. So the job of this particular production is to add the A's to the string every time you apply that production. This is the significance of that production. So ultimately, and what about the second production? What is the significance of second production? S implies AA. Significance means importance, need of that production. By considering what purpose this production has been taken, and that you can understand by looking at what purpose this particular production is serving for you during the derivation. What purpose it is serving? When you can apply this production? Shall I apply now? Shall I apply the second production? I can apply A. Now, is it possible for me to add one more A at this moment? It is not possible for me. So it means that if you are ending up your derivation, then at that time you can think to apply this production where all at the start A you will get, and the last as a non-terminal A you will get. So being here in the state of this derivation, you are having only what you can do further. You can replace this A by something null. You being at here you can only you may be wanted to get rid of this A. You want to remove this A. You want to erase this A. To erase this A, there is a production A. This you can apply. So at the end, what I can get? A. So here I was discussing you the purpose of each individual production. This is the production which produce A's, every application of this production. What this production do? This production you can apply when you want to. This production you can apply at the end of your derivation. If you want to end your derivation, this you can apply. And after that, to get rid of this A or to erase the A which appear in your derivation, that you can remove by applying the null production. The production of kind this and this we can term as a null productions. Okay. So then what is the need of this production? S implies null. I may have the same derivation like AS, recursively apply the same first production. After that AS, and yes I can replace by, I can erase S by applying a null production. So this production, I may not be use this production, but by using this production and this production, I am able to get what I wanted, what I really derived in this derivation. In addition to that, this production is having one more important significance. Can you detect that? Do you see that? This is the grammar tree, and if I look at what language this particular grammar generates, how do you define the language generated by this grammar? What it can produce? What are the sentences can be generated or derived with the help of this grammar? It's simple. Simply see the sentences. What various sentences it can generate? Any number of A's. Means A raised to n, you will to say A raised to n, where n is how much? Greater than equal to 0. If this language is including the null string also. So that is coming, null string coming because of this production. S implies null. Okay. So this is the grammar generating this language A raised to n when n is greater than or equal to 1. Most importantly, equal to 1, it is 0. It is 0. Okay. So here I can have the alternative grammar G dash, and I can have the production like this. Can I have this grammar? What language this grammar can generate? Or I can say, if I write like this, simply S implies AS and S implies null. What language this grammar generates? Same language it generates. S implies AS or S implies null. Here I am not finding any, or you can say including this yes, or you can removing that. So this particular G dash language generating the same language LG. But here I have removed the symbols A. Null production here I removed. There is no null production. Can I remove this null? Can I remove this null production? One null production I have removed, A implies null. Is it possible to remove one more null, that is S implies null? That is a point we are discussing today. We want to remove all null production from a given grammar. Why to remove? In the coming lectures, we are going to see the normal form of grammar. Okay? When you convert the given grammar into a normal form, in that case, you will be required to remove all such null productions. Okay, for that purpose here we are looking for how to remove the null production from a given grammar, and that grammar is context free grammar. So I don't want any kind of null production. So one of the null production from this given grammar I try to remove, and I got this kind of grammar. How can I remove that last S implies null, this null production? ऐसे लिख सकता हूँ मैं, S implies AS, S implies A. Is it? Does this language generates the grammar LG? Does it generate? Why? Does it generate or won't generate? No, how? Null cannot be generated. Yes. Means does this grammar generates a language LG dash? Suppose if I say this is G dash is the grammar. LG dash is equal to this is the grammar really generating a language LG minus null. Can I write like this? This is the language this is the grammar which is free from all null production, but I am not getting a full language as it is the exact language I had LG, but I am getting LG dash which is lacking by only one string, that is null. Okay, so LG dash is the language which generates the language LG minus null. So if it is the case, if I am having this way, then I can say you can look at this is the grammar G dash which is really free from all null productions. So what I did is, in this step I removed one production, in this step I removed another null production. So by looking at and by having some experience and common sense, I am able to remove the null. So in case if you are having lot of hundreds of productions with you and will be asked to you to remove the nulls, in that case it would be difficult for you to do the analysis and apply the knowledge to remove the null. So for that purpose you will be required a method to remove these null productions from a given context-free grammar. Okay, let us see that method, and it is a two-step process. It is not just like a four-step process we discussed in the previous example, that was construction of reduced grammar. Here it is again similar to that step. Here again we are coming across W's and union and all the things exactly the similar way, but it is a two-step process and we will go through it. First of all, we see the definition. Definition 1. The variable A is nullable if the variable derives null. Please note down this definition. Here we are defining the term nullable. And variables are nullable here. These are the variables. S and A's these are the variables. These are nullables. So in this case you can see that S and A are the two variables. Out of these two variables, which variable is nullable? In this case, in a particular grammar, some of the variables may be nullable and some variable may not be nullable. The variable is nullable if that variable deriving a null string. For example, is yes is nullable here? Is yes is null? Here I am having two variables s and a. Is s is nullable? Does s derives to null? Yes, it derives to null. There is a separate production for that. Means s is a nullable variable. Is a is a nullable variable here? Yes. Because there is a separate production. So in this grammar we are having a two variable s a and both are nullable. Okay. After definition we will see one theorem. The grammar G V N sigma PS is a context-free grammar. The equivalent grammar G dash we can find, here you can write, we can find the equivalent grammar G dash, and that G dash will having a same number of variable, same set of symbols, but productions are different and with same start symbol. Without any null or you can CFG generating a language LG a grammar G is context-free grammar generating a language LG, then we can find the equivalent grammar G dash Vn sigma P dash S without any null production. Generating language what LG minus, or you can say LG dash is equal to LG minus 9. What this theorem says that if you are having a grammar and that is a context-free grammar and generating the language LG, then we can find a equivalent grammar G dash where we are having some reduced number of productions, and this grammar will not have any null productions. In that case, that grammar will be generating a language LG dash lacking by a single null string. Okay? The steps you will consider. In the first step, construction of set of nullable variables. Shall I remove this now? Is it noted down? Let Wi is the set of variables. Then Wi is equal to, this is basically capital. My W is looking like a small w, but it is capital. Wi is a basically set of variable where there exists, here A I am indicating by variable. Okay, so this A and the variable from that production A variable is not having any connection. Here in generally every time we are considering A as a what? Variable. So Wi is a set of variable where A is there, and how that A we can have add to this set of Wi is there exists a production. A implies null. Okay. So WR, see, have you understood what WR is? WR is collecting those set of variables which are of this kind of production. A implies null. In our case, what are the production of that kind? A implies null. S implies here. A implies null. So, what variables will be get added to WR? What variables will be get added? S and A. Okay. So Wi plus 1 we need to calculate. It is again including the variable A. Okay. And here we can additionally you can write it is a subset of that variable A is a subset of Vn. क्या हुआ? आधा घंटा हो गया? Just it is being finished. Huh? This is belongs to A, or you can remove this to simplify it more. It is A, and at all the time you consider that A belongs to Vn. And what is Vn? Vn is set of variables. A, here again there exists, and this Wi plus 1 is what? Union of Wi, okay, that is Wi plus 1, union of previous W plus the additional variable, and the variable you have to select on the basis of the kind of productions. A implies alpha, and alpha belongs to Wi star. So here the additional variable here you needed to add in the next W you are calculating. Next W is a union of previous W and the additional variable, and this additional variable you have to select on the basis of such production. A implies alpha, where alpha is WI closure. What is WI? WI is this one, which you got in the previous step. In case of this example, what is S? What is the WI? For I equal to 1, what is W1? Yes. What is W1? In this case, I equal to 1 like that. What is W1? What are the nullable variables? S and A. What is W2? W2 is W1 union the additional variable. Additional variables are considered on the basis of this kind of production A implies alpha, where alpha is belongs to WS star. My WI is WI means here W1. What is the star of this? Yes? Combinations of this. There is no such. You have to see the productions. S implies AS. This is the first production. Select the right hand side. In the first production and right hand side is what? AS. AS is a belongs to SA closure. AS, small AS. Does it belongs to this SA closure? स्मॉल ए है ही नहीं इसमें, तो कभी जनरेट ही नहीं होगा। ऐसे वाला ऐसा स्ट्रिंग बन सकता है? नहीं बनेगा। ये भी नहीं है, ओके? कोई भी नहीं है। इसका मतलब क्या हुआ? Nothing is being added. So W2 is what? W2 is simply W1. If I could have been the production of this kind, or you can say B for example, ऐसा कुछ प्रोडक्शन होता, so in that case the alpha, okay, so the combinations of A B कहाँ से आए? A B AS, suppose AS है, if so is it possible that AS can be produced from this closure SAS closure? SA closure से AS प्रोड्यूस कर सकते हैं हम लोग? SA means S plus A star. The meaning of S comma A star means S plus A star. What variables we can, what strings can be produced from this regular expression? Yes. A plus B. कौन से स्ट्रिंग जनरेट होता है ऐसे? Strings बोल रहा हूँ, strings. What are the various strings I can have? A. First string is null. A, B, BA. So any string, okay, with A and B of length 0 or more than 0. यहाँ पे जनरेट होता है. So for example, if I am having string, this is A and this is capital B, so what kind of strings I can have? Let's say this one. Similar, A, null A, B, or AB, or AA, BB, AAB, BBA, any string I can have. So here I am having S and A. So what various combinations I can have? Null, A, S, S, A, S, 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 A, S, any string. So my alpha is belongs to this. If alpha is and that alpha is the right hand side of production, then that left hand side of that production I am including into here. W2. So if assume that this is one of my production, B implies AS is there, in that case W1 is SA, which are considered to be a nullable variable, and during calculating W2, what I am considering? I am looking for adding a new variable as per the case of WR plus 1. So what variable I can add in this being in this W2 state? W2. Look at this. I can Wi plus 1 is previous W union a new variable such that there exists a production, such production whose right hand side is Wi star. W in this case Wi star is S plus A star. So can this alpha value can be AS? अल्फा का वैल्यू एस बन सकता है? हाँ, मान लो मैं इसको A इम्प्लाइज अल्फा कहता हूँ, क्या अल्फा मेरा एस अल्फा का एस है, तो क्या वो एस इसको बिलोंग करता है? Does that AS belongs to this? If that is the case, then whatever the left hand side that production is having, that left hand side variable has to be included into W2. B will be get included here. Previous case में कुछ भी ऐड नहीं हुआ था, क्योंकि AS या AA ऐसा कॉम्बिनेशन बनता नहीं था by having these two nullable variables. Okay? So to demonstrate, I considered a new product, another production, example production, where you can see that you are able to add B to W2. Okay? Fine. So these are the two methods, and you can go on calculating W's. You continue with calculating Wi's until you find Wi plus or Wk plus 1 is equal to some Wk. Until you find some k where Wk plus 1 will be Wk. So after this step calculating W2, if you go for calculating W3, in that case W3 will be equivalent to W2. At that point of time you have to stop this procedure. Okay? And it is having a second step. Okay, fine. If this is understood how to calculate W1, W2, can we take मैं एक problem लेता हूँ simple. Otherwise, suppose the production A implies alpha 1, alpha 2, alpha n. Where alpha i's are not belongs to any of WR. In the previous step, W1 और W2 कैलकुलेट किया हमने, वो क्या थे W1 W2? सारे नलेबल वेरिएबल थे, ठीक है। अगर कोई प्रोडक्शन ऐसा है A implies अल्फा 1 अल्फा 2 और उसमें से कोई भी अल्फा WI को बिलोंग ही नहीं करता है, कोई भी वेरिएबल उस राइट हैंड साइड में प्रोडक्शन के राइट हैंड साइड में नलेबल वेरिएबल ही नहीं है उसमें, अगर ऐसा है एज इट इज वो प्रोडक्शन P डैश में ऐड करो, ऐड सच प्रोडक्शन टू P डैश, ठीक है। देन if alpha I is null or alpha I is belongs to WI, अब in nullable, second case we are considering nullable, okay. Alpha I is nullable or alpha I is belongs to the nullable set. अब प्रोडक्शन के राइट हैंड साइड में अभी nullable सेट आता है, ऐसा मान लीजिए nullable वेरिएबल्स आ जाते हैं, तो तब क्या करना? In that case what we do, add that production, or you can say alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha n production to P dash and further add the same alpha 1 alpha 2 alpha n production substituting alpha as values. What it clearly means, in this case in our case WI क्या है, what was the W2, हमारे प्रोडक्शन क्या थे, S implies AS, S implies A implies null, B implies null, तो हमारा फाइनल W2 आया था ना, और W3 is what? SAB. ये तो हमारा क्या हो गया? These are the set W3 set we got, and the W3 set is what? Set of nullable variables. Everybody derives to null. S derives to null, A derives to null, and B derives to null. Does S derives to null or not? It derives to null when you substitute A by null, B by null. A derives null, B derives null. That is why S, A, B are nullables. Now I want to calculate P dash. The step 2 was to calculate P dash. I need to calculate P dash here. How do I calculate P dash? Suppose the production of this kind where alpha I is not belongs to my nullable variables. It means that at the right hand side of production there is no any what nullable variables. Look at the first production. Do you see any nullable variable are there? Yes, it's a nullable variable. A and B are the nullable variable. So this is since these two are nullable, these two we want to remove. In these two productions, I find that there is no nullable variables. There are nullable variables. That's why first condition fails. Go to second condition, second side. If alpha I is null or alpha I is belongs to WR. यहाँ पे राइट हैंड प्रोडक्शन के राइट हैंड साइड में अभी nullable वेरिएबल है क्या देखना. Look at the first production. Look at this AS. AS is including what? Nullable variable. हम इसको क्या मान रहे हैं? अल्फा 1, अल्फा 2. और यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है? अल्फा I WI को बिलोंग करता है. यहाँ पे फॉर एग्जांपल अल्फा 2. अल्फा 2 is what? S. S is belongs to W3. If it is the case, then what you do? Add that production to P dash. ये P dash है. This P dash add that production. S implies AS. Okay? And then further add the same production substituting alpha i's values. Alpha I के values. For example, in this case, what is S is we are considering the first production. Here as it is we added this production, and what to do next is we need to substitute the value of S. S is nullable, so if once I substitute S value as a null, what I get? I get the production S implies A. You have done with the first production. Come to the second production. Here S implies AB. A and B are nullable variables. So at first time you have to add it as it is and substitute the values of these nullable variables. Okay? A implies, first of all substitute A implies null. What do you get remain? S implies B. Substitute B as a null value. What you get is S implies A. You are not asked to substitute both. Don't substitute both. Once you substitute both, what happens? S implies null production will get, and S implies null production will get added. Basically, we wanted to remove that. We don't want to add it. Here, that is why you should consider that A implies alpha 1, alpha 2 up to alpha n should not be null. Okay? Should not implies null. We can say like this. बाकी आ जाइए this A production को. We are done with this. Come with this. These are the production you need not to consider. So you have now having the production. You can see the list of your production. Here you cannot find. You won't find any null here. And this is the language we generate the language as similar to the language G, but since this language does not produce any null string, that is why this is the language LG dash, which is producing a language LG minus null. null हम प्रोड्यूस नहीं कर सकते यहाँ पे. देख रहे हैं आप? This production S implies AB, S implies B, S implies A. These are not going to be utilized. Do you see? ये तीन प्रोडक्शन में कुछ काम नहीं है. They are not going to be utilized. Even though you start with deriving this production, you won't get anything, any string in your hand. So these two production will be get utilized. In that case, you will get the language to be generated of kind A raised to n, where n is greater than or equal to 1, where none you will not be able to generate. So that was our first theorem. Please look at the theorem. That theorem really stating the thing exactly we received today. So in this way we finished. This is the second part of the example we had discussing. Thank you very much. I appreciate your patience.